sure.
Yeah, he tried to clarify that, though, Pop did, saying the situation was taken out of context. But it was still a little bit of a dig.
Yeah, but you don't have to be the yell type. Kawhi leads by example. But I think at this point, both parties just want to shut up and sit down.
Are you a good leader?
Nope.
He was a joy to coach.
He's right.
Here's Kevin Harlan.
Our cameras caught the Clippers arriving at their building and coming through the tunnel with a lot of style and confidence. And the game arrival, sponsored by Express. Dress like a pro. There's a look at downtown. And with tip-off coming up, we've got just enough time to hear from our good friend. In the last few years, it sure is fun to watch, D.A. Thank you. And now the Lakers starting group. Green and Rondo in the backcourt. Up front, it's Kuzma and Davis. And it's LeBron in at the 3 slot. And for the Clippers, the 2 stars, George and Leonard, fill up the forward slots. Beverly and Williams, the guard tandem. And it's Harrell in at the center. Now here's Rondo. Outside, Green. 6 to shoot. It's a floater. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game. Clark up front. That's where the game will likely be won or lost in this one.
Great talent, no doubt, on the front lines here. But if for some reason they cancel each other out, then you know where it's going to be decided, in the backcourt. With guys about your size, Kevin.
Now, wait a minute.
Yeah, and from mid-range, Leonard's jump shot is money. It doesn't matter if it's off the dribble or catch and shoot. He never loses his touch.
A go-to scores mentality for Kyle Kuzma, Clark. He's got a wide array of shots at his disposal.
Well, I don't know if there's a more versatile scorer as a young player in the league than Kuzma. He's got the turnaround jumper, the sky hook, step backs, drives it aggressively. Boy, he has got a lot in that book bag of his.
Now here's Leonard. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
They grab their own miss. Davis with the bucket.
Just so resourceful as a player. Davis gets the job done inside in all sorts of ways. And that's one of them right there, crashing the offensive glass, getting that second chance bucket.
And that one's good. Beverly.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Rondo. Kuzma finds Davis. LeBron with it. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse.
You know, part of being an outstanding point forward like LeBron is mastering the pick and roll. And trust me when I say it now, he masters the pick and roll.
How about 3 or 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
The Lakers have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. And it's sent back by George.
Well, I tell you what, Paul George is so tough on defense. Love the way he gets after people. He's excellent at staying in the play as well as staying in his stance so he can come up with rejection and deflection.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Shot clock at 6. A miss that time would have put him up.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
And the dunk by James.
LeBron James knows the meaning of the word layup, but he's much more interested in throwing it down when he can't.
Williams against Green. Williams passes to Leonard. Shoots over Kuzma. And that one's good. Leonard's got his second basket of the game.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Now here's Rondo. And the rejection by Harrell. And LeBron with the basket, the assist by Rondo. 7 points for LeBron.
Shots are just flowing him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Deep 2 from Beverly. Anthony Davis grabs the miss. And so James will bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. 4-point game. And the wide open shot from Green. A three-pointer off the mark.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Many thought the Raptors or Lakers would land Kawhi, but in the end he came to the Clippers to write his own legacy. Returning to Southern Cal, where he grew up, was a big part of his decision. The big surprise was how Kawhi was out recruiting other stars behind the scenes to join him with the Clippers.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Montrezl Harrell. Green comes in for George. And Landry Shamet subbed in for Williams.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Here's Beverly. Following the basket by Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
Well, you can't be forcing a shot like that. You got to keep the ball moving. Get something better.
And Green slams it in.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Here is Daniels. And there's a whistle. That goes on Landry Shamet. That is his first foul of the game. So it's the Lakers now. Daniels kicks to Caldwell-Pope. Pass to Cousins. Just 4 to shoot. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
You know, I really enjoy watching Cousins go to work deep inside. I mean, it feels like, to me, nobody can guard him down there.
Here's Beverly. Bucket is good. Beverly's got 7 points.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Here is Cook. Defended by Beverly. They get it back. And it's Cook missing.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
Man, I can't believe he blew that gimme, guys. Well, I know he's frustrated about that.
And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Leonard, that's for 2. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. The Lakers in the lead. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Daniels passes to Cook. Now here's Caldwell-Pope. Lakers shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. And he can't get the first one.
And everyone knows when Cousins controls his emotions, he's one of the very best centers in the game.
12 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Beverly. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved the layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
Both free throws good from Beverly.
And you know, Beverly is easily one of the most tenacious defenders in the league, an absolute pest of epic proportion. Love his energy.
And that concludes a back-and-forth high-scoring first quarter of play. Lakers lead by 1. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. LeBron James is the all-time leader in playoff field goals made, and he had this to say about his ability to nail clutch shots.
I always feel like I got it. I always feel like I got it in the clutch, no matter what's going on throughout the course of a game. Even when you're struggling at times or you're not shooting the ball particularly well, I just feel like it's going in.
And you know, Greg, that's the type of confidence you got to have.
The words of a leader. James has proven time and time again that he's dangerous in late game situations.
And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And from what we've seen so far from the Lakers, guys, what are your thoughts?
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
And, you know, their rebounding advantage has been glaring, simply outworking them on the boards for that entire first quarter.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So for the Clippers right now, Sham and Leonard are on the wing. Green is out there with Ivica Zubac. And it's Beverly in at the 1 spot. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Beverly. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Lou Williams won Sixth Man of the Year for the 3rd time last season. He joined Kevin McHale and Detlef Schrempf as the only players to win the award in consecutive seasons. And with the most career points ever scored off the bench, maybe they should just name this award after him. Kevin?
David, I'm all for it. Thank you so much. And boy, is he in good company. And that's out of bounds. The Lakers will retain possession. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for the Clippers. Williams comes in for Patrick Beverly. The Lakers also changing it up. Anthony Davis is checked in for Cousins. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Cook.
Boy, really solid passer at his position. Kuzma is all about doing what's best for the team. You know, guys, in his rookie season, Kyle Kuzma shot over 36% from long range. Last season, that number was at 30%. Interesting to see which way that goes going forward.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Williams kicks to George. Over James. The shot by George, no good. Clark at the University of Utah over 3 seasons. Kuzma never shot better than 32% from long distance.
Yeah, you know, some reasonably doubt whether his rookie season mark will be sustainable, but he's got the confidence level offensively and work ethic. I'd bet on him to get those percentages back up for sure.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And the Lakers get called for the foul.
And I think George is clearly one of the most difficult covers in the league. When he's taking it strong to the basket, the defense sometimes has no choice but to foul him.
Well, for so much of what Paul George brings to the table, you have to start with his defensive impact. He is one of the top defenders in the league at his position, if not the best.
Bradley passes to Kuzma. And stolen by Harrell. Now the Clippers moving it up. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
Well, I tell you what, George has tremendous bounce ability. It's always fun to see him launch and throw it down.
The Lakers trail. You look at George with all he does, Greg, you sometimes forget how good his perimeter defense is.
Well, I mean, his teammates and coaches won't ever forget about the impact he has on that end. Even when George isn't scoring or the shot isn't falling, he is still a monster on the floor just with his defense alone.
Williams passes to George. And no good that time. Great D that time from James. Kuzma outside. Bradley, no one around him. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Clippers have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Here's Shamet. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Pass to Kuzma. LeBron outside. Tries again. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one on George.
Davis is really the total package. A mobile, sharp-shooting big guy who can score from everywhere.
And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for the Clippers?
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
And I really think you've got to love the way they protected the rim today. I mean, a good number of blocks in the first half.
Troy Daniels, he's checked in for the Lakers. To the paint, deflects the pass, and stolen by Kuzma. On the wing, Daniels puts it up for Davis, and it's Davis finishing it off.
And you can see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other.
And I tell you what, guys, that's a big play to make in a close game. Potential momentum builder there.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here. Now, Greg, the Clippers signing of Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, the grand finale of the wildest summer in NBA free agent history.
A ton of big moves. You think of the star players who've changed teams, 1/3 of the league's all-NBA selections, and 5 out of 10 of the reigning all-star starters. In the end, we saw 7 players who've changed teams, signing over $100 million each. Put that in perspective, only 8 players have ever done that in league history.
Kuzma with it. George picks him up. Floats one up. Rondo, good.
And how about the focus there from Rondo? Doesn't let the D get to him, able to complete that play through contact.
Kuzma against Leonard. A baseline J. And he overshot that one, missing.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Clippers trail by 4. Oh, Leonard in position. It's stolen by Davis. Now the Lakers on the break. Rondo with the ball. Another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter. And now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
George looking over the floor. Outside Leonard. Shoots over Kuzma. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Leonard's got 8 points.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Rondo against Williams. The drive by Rondo. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Shamet on the wing. Fires for 3. Rebounded by the Lakers. Now here's Rondo. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. And now it's an 8-point Laker lead.
And although not the biggest guy, you got to love how Rondo uses his body inside. Has a great touch as well around the rim.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Contavious, you guys came out with a lot of energy in the first half. What got you going?
Like you said, we came out with a lot of energy. We wanted to get easy basket on layups, knock down shots.
You got all that and more in that first half. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, Rajon Rondo was on fire in the first half. He had 12 points and 1 assist. In their previous game, he had a performance he said he wanted to put behind him quickly. And so far, he's doing just that with the nice first half he had here. And taking a look at the Lakers, Shaq, what'd you think?
Well, Kenny knows about this. I used to do this to his team all the time. Take advantage of you down low. Mismatch. Barbecue chicken alert. Make good entry passes. That led to some good looks. Obviously, a lot of points. When you control the paint, Ernie, you control the game. I was the master of controlling my paint.
Kenny, what's your take on the Clippers?
Well, I think they could be way more physical than they have been in the first half. Their defense gave up way too many easy looks, and that kind of defense will turn to a loss any night.
And that's a...
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. Rajon Rondo has been sensational.
No problem fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
Checking out the group of Frank Vogel to start the second half. Green and LeBron at the 2 and the 3. Up front, it's Kuzma and Davis. And it's Rondo in at the point. Greg, I'm just so impressed with the level of finesse and craftiness that Lou Williams always plays with.
And Kevin, you don't stay a perennial six-man of the year candidate at Williams' age without having more than a few tricks up your sleeve. He's so good in tight spaces and can find a way to get a shot up where others just have to kick it out.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, over the last few years, there's been a lot of talk about seeding playoff teams 1 through 16, regardless of conference. Now, taking the top 16 teams is a tough sell, especially for owners whose teams are in the relatively weaker Eastern Conference. Taking 8 teams from each conference and then cross-seeding earlier than the finals is something that does seem possible down the road. The reward for fans might be a finals matchup with the 2 best teams in the league. Kevin?
Interesting ideas, David. Thank you. And that one, good.
It would be 4 in a row for him now as they have come racing out of the gate to start this second half.
First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. LeBron outside. And finished off by LeBron.
And when you're open, Rondo finds you. Always has his head on a swivel.
And so Beverly will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Trailing by 4. Inside. The bucket is good. He'll have a chance for one more. It's on Rajon Rondo.
Wow, 5 straight buckets coming out of half. They are rolling.
For the Clippers, Ivica Zubac has checked in for Montrezl Harrell. And it's JaMychal Green in for Lou Williams. A big group substitution here for the Lakers. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Anthony Davis. JaVale McGee comes in for Kyle Kuzma. Caldwell Pope, he's checked in for Danny Green. And Quinn Cook subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Now the feed to Cousins. And then Cousins with the dunk.
There is a bunch to appreciate about LeBron's game. His passing is off the charts. Just look at that feed.
Here's Beverly. It's deflected. Here is Cook. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That is his first foul of the game. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Caldwell Pope outside. Kicks it to Cook. The big part of your game was rebounding. You controlled the glass so well. What's one thing you would tell young viewers if they wanted to improve the rebound?
You know, I'm a little bit out of the norm here, but the biggest thing to me for rebounding is pursuing the ball. Boxing out is important, but pursuing the ball and good timing are the most important elements in rebounding. And that's what I would have players focus on. Pursue the ball.
And the dunk by James.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points.
Hey, guys, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but those could be an important 2 points considering how close this game is.
Leonard against LeBron. Just 5 on the clock. And the rejection by James.
Using his length and timing and bounce to perfection there. LeBron James, excellent shot block.
Here's Cook. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. The Lakers have shot 5 of 6 at the foul line tonight.
And looking at last season's numbers, down below 70% as a team from the line.
Landry Shamet's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Daniels, he's checked in for the Lakers. Here's Beverly. That's in for his 8th bucket tonight. A hot 8 for 11 shooting so far.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
Passes it to McGee. He kicks to Cook. It's stolen by Green. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Lakers.
And they haven't been pushed around in the paint at all in this game. They have been the aggressors.
Well, they've also really been dialed in with their jump shot. I mean, they have not missed much from mid-range today.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for JaVale McGee. Bradley comes in for Troy Daniels. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Quinn Cook. And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That'll be his second foul of the game. And the Lakers have possession. 3-point lead. The Lakers have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts. And that one misses.
You look at the Lakers desperate to surround LeBron with talent to win now. They have improved, but is it enough to go deep in the West?
Shamet. George has got 3 assists in the game. The Lakers have gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. The pass to Kuzma. Back to LeBron. All alone. And the Lakers with another miss. And the Lakers, for decades, Clark, a magnet for superstar free agents.
Yeah, and you know, guys, in recent years, more of a mixed bag in that regard. Whether it's the turmoil in the Lakers organization, I think that's part of it, or the prospect of playing in LeBron's shadow. A number of elite players have elected to go elsewhere thus far.
He is almost money when it comes to finishing in close. Nice bucket there to increase the lead.
And the Clippers call time here. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That will get him his 4th foul of the game, and due to the bonus, we will head to the line for 2. The Lakers have made their free throws at a pretty good clip. They've been 8 of 10. No good on the free throw.
And there's no denying that Rondo is a wizard with the ball. Exceptional at exploiting holes in the defense.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Anthony Davis, he's checked in for Cousins, and it's Green in for Avery Bradley. We've got 28 seconds left to play in the third. Now, here's Shamet. He's guarded closely. And the Clippers miss again. Lakers leading by 5.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Yeah, don't give them another possession here.
If you're waiting for him to miss when he's that open, you're going to be in for a long wait.
Here's Beverley. George finds Zubats. 3-pointer. The shot, no good. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. The defensive work they've done against Paul George has been a big factor. He hasn't done anywhere near the kind of damage we expected. And we'll be back with you shortly. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Well, you can't run away from the DNA. When he's running the show, he makes sweet highlight reel plays night in and night out.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. Beverley and Williams, the guard tandem. Ivica Zubac is out there with Montrezl Harrell. And it's Shamet in at the 3 spot. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
And they've done some nice work as we've come down the stretch here in the final quarter.
Greg, you can feel the sense of urgency they have to get this thing closed out as soon as possible.
Rondo against Beverley. Kuzma brings the double team.
Yeah, and the appreciation I have for Rondo, he's able to stay with this man and then uses his speed to just affect the shot.
Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Rondo's got the lead up to 11 now for the Lakers.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
And Rondo is a dime dropper. One of the best passing point guards our game has ever seen.
Rondo on the double team. In the corner. Shamet with it. He can't hit that time. So the Lakers will take it the other way. From deep, Green knocks down the 3-ball. And the Lakers lead by 16.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
And what's been impressive is that it's not been any one player. It's been a collective effort, contributions from everybody.
Clippers have gotten off to a rough start in the fourth quarter, going 0 for 4 so far. Shots good by Williams.
And, you know, Kevin, the thing about Williams, sometimes he doesn't look like he's moving all that fast, and then bam, there go the Jets.
To the inside, and James with the basket on the assist by Kuzma. Kuzma's got 4 assists in the game.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Down low. Here's Harrell. Green with the rebound. Here are the Lakers with the ball. Stringing it together. They've got an 11-2 run going. And finished off by Anthony Davis. Great game for him. Double-double now. 10 points and 12 rebounds.
How about the leaping ability of Davis? Easily gets off the ground to throw it down. And he's a quick jumper and decision maker.
And the Clippers call time here. Mark, as you're watching a game unfold, what characteristics do you look for in a great closer? Obviously confidence, a real eagerness to make difference-making plays late, and somebody who can create his own shot if a play breaks down. I mean, that's essential. And the Clippers making a change here. Leonard's checked in. Outside Rondo. Here's Kuzma. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. And the rejection by James. Outside, Davis. He shoots again, and that's 2 points on the layup. And the Lakers lead by 20. At the offensive end, he's been assertive and efficient, guys. A big reason why they hold this lead right now. Williams from outside. Anthony Davis grabs the miss. Davis has got rebound number 15 here tonight. Guys, this hasn't been his quarter. I mean, to me, just doesn't look completely comfortable or confident. And there's the call on Montrezl Harrell. That'll be his second foul of the game. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Davis kicks to Rondo. Just 5 to shoot. Over Beverly. The shot by Rondo is no good. Clippers trail by 20. Leonard attacking, and James picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Lakers on D. Here's Leonard. And again, no good by the Clippers.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Here's Kuzma. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
Love the size and athleticism Kuzma possesses. He uses both of them well to draw these fouls.
And LeBron James, Clark climbing the all-time scoring list. Last season passing Michael Jordan. This season, Kobe Bryant. Clark, any chance LeBron someday passes another Laker great Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? for the most career points in NBA history?
I think it's simply a matter of his health, because if he stays healthy, then it's not if, but when. By the time his contract runs out, guys, in 2022, he'll be right in that neighborhood of my all-time favorite player, and I think the greatest player to play, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
A three from Leonard. A rebound by the Lakers. Davis has got his 16th rebound on the night. Feeds to Green. And Green slams it in.
Boy, it feels like we're tallying every assist, every point, all part of LeBron's expansive legacy.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Lakers.
This was a physical game.
Yeah, I mean, they were aware of the rotations defensively and were able to attack the rim.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for LeBron.
You look at the energy he brought on both ends of the floor, and it's easy to see why he was a difference maker.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Davis. Dudley comes in for Kyle Kuzma. Caldwell Pope, he's checked in for LeBron. And it's Alex Caruso in for Rajon Rondo. A superstar summer, Greg, for the Los Angeles Clippers in Kawhi Leonard and in Paul George. Greg, they have two elite wings, great defenders in their prime.
Give them credit, but also Kawhi Leonard pushing the levers behind the scenes. He wanted another superstar to join him in recruiting Paul George, who still had 2 years left on his deal in OKC. Kawhi took unprecedented control of his free agent destiny.
Here's Caruso. Softly drops in the floater.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
Well, the undrafted Rodney McGruder, Greg, has earned his way into the NBA.
It was 25 by the time of McGruder's rookie season. Has spent some time overseas and in the G League, but he's improved his game and has kind of carved out a spot here in the league.
Good on the second free throw.
Yeah, he cuts the deficit a little bit, but not as much as he could have. One miss can make a big difference.
Here's Caruso, guarded by Robinson. Caruso, no good. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks.
And he just elevates and powers in for one-hander.
Textbook.
I'm glad he didn't go overboard and try to do too much there.
Fouling like that isn't how you get back in the game.
Looked to me like just a frustration foul. It really kind of sums up the game they're having in general.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. 12 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Robinson passes to McGruder. No good on the three. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Danny, a strong defensive effort both individually and team. Now, how comfortable are you at that end of the floor now, knowing that you can make things tough on the opposition?
Well, we want to make them take tough shots. We're not comfortable at any point defensively, but we got to continue to be active and be aggressive and get our hands on loose balls.
It's been the mark of the Spurs for a long time, Danny. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.